Yes, I does that. Stays hot. I ain't gotta get my buzz back. What everybody trying to be now, I was that.
Welcome back, it's Fox at FoxyGames_UK with another video. Subscribe to the channel and follow via Twitter for your source of aggregate news, rumour and video game discussion with an emphasis on PlayStation but spanning a variety of platforms. Now if you're new to the channel, let us know how you found us and please remember to thumbs up the video if you liked. Views expressed in our videos are those of third parties and do not necessarily represent the views of Foxy Games UK, and all relevant links can be found in this video's description. Okay, that's the formalities out of the way, let's get straight into it. Sony is ending physical production of Vita games. According to Kotaku, although the hardware manufacturer says digital distribution will come, this will mark a move toward the end of physical cards for the maligned portable game system. Sony's American and European branches plan to end all Vita game card production by close of fiscal year 2018, the company told developers today in a message obtained by Kotaku. The message asks that all Vita product code requests be submitted by June 28th this year, and that's final purchase orders really to be entered by February 15, 2019. Sony's 2018 fiscal year will end on March 31st, 2019. Now, in an email to Kotaku, a spokesperson from Sony confirmed that Vita card production is coming to an end, and it's been a long, strange life for PlayStation Vita, a system that launched in 2012 with the slogan "Console Gaming on the Go," but quickly lost ground to mobile and tablet gaming, along with the surge of Nintendo's 3DS. Sony's baffling decision to only support its expensive proprietary memory cards made the system pricier than it needed to be, and big studios quickly dropped support. Although the system remained consistently popular in Japan, Sony's North American and European branches all but ignored it after its first 2 years on the market, and it has been floundering ever since. The PlayStation Vita has become a treasure trove for JRPGs, niche Japanese titles and indie games, although that mantle has since been seized by Nintendo's mega popular Switch. Now we're a step closer to saying goodbye. So long, PlayStation Vita, we didn't really get to know you well enough. And in other news, there's no easy way of relaying this, but in case you haven't heard yet, Metro Exodus has been delayed. Courtesy of Aussie gamer site pressstart.com.au is the full story. After being announced at Microsoft's E3 press conference with a 2018 release date, THQ Nordic has today announced that Metro Exodus has been delayed into the first quarter of 2019. The delay was revealed in THQ's financial briefing. Here's a quote. The forthcoming AAA title, Metro Exodus, hosted by THQ Nordic studio Deep Silver, is expected to launch in the first quarter of 2019. Earlier messages were that it would launch in 2018. Now, it's probably for the best, with the 2018 holiday season really being stacked with really awesome games, let's be honest. However, definitely disappointing, with Metro Exodus being one of those most anticipated games of 2018. But you better go ahead and change that sweater, because unfortunately it gets no better. State of Decay 2 suffers from performance issues even on Xbox One X. Or does it? State of Decay 2 is the next open world survival game for the Xbox One and PC. It is currently set for launch on May 22nd, but as it stands, the early previews and impressions for the game don't really show a positive outlook for it. Now, while the game is a more expanded version of its predecessor, the gameplay retains most of the jank and the performance issues, which is not ideal for such an open world game. State of Decay 2 will officially be out on May 22nd as stated before, but it's already getting updates ahead of launch. The latest update for the game was more than 6 gigabytes, but it didn't seem to help solve the performance issues. State of Decay 2 also supports Xbox One X, but sadly, the game doesn't appear to be taking full advantage of the hardware, with the disappointing performance reported. In a strange case, the game runs at a unlocked frame rate both on Xbox One X and Xbox One, with drops that can affect the experience. This also has been reported in previews, while a comparison between the regular Xbox One, Xbox One S and X version shows that the frame pacing and frame rate is generally not locked either. Thing is, there seems to be a slight disconnect. Now, this is just my opinion here. There seems to be a slight disconnect regarding Xbox performance for State of Decay 2, and yes, even though I myself recently tweeted out my concern that only PC footage was really being shown by Microsoft in press media or not in YouTube and everything else, but this in spite of the company releasing the most powerful console marketing slogans, go figure. But if the game does indeed run well on Xbox One platforms, particularly the X, and many other media outlets are reporting that the game runs well on all Xbox platforms, then it's inherently wrong to suggest otherwise. It's just fanboy foolishness. On the other hand, if it does run terribly, and we will all soon find out, I mean, some people already have copies already, I've seen on Twitter, so those people will know about the performance issues. However, let's hope the game does run well. I mean, it's not particularly pushing the most advanced graphics on the system anyway, so I don't see a problem here. But as I say, it would be wrong to suggest the game does not run well if it indeed does. But let us know your thoughts in the comments, because State of Decay 2 is currently set to launch May 22nd for the Xbox One and Windows 10 platform. It will also be available on Xbox Game Pass day one. So it looks like there's more controversy for Microsoft. It doesn't end there. After the dreaded Kinect, all listening, all seeing camera lens privacy concerns, which really sparked in even politicians really to criticize Microsoft, and I mean a politician was upset your data was being shared when they themselves have literally the monopoly on everybody's data, is baffling to me. But Kinect was ditched by Microsoft, but they still want your information, and here's what the company has said it might do with it. Hold on to your chairs. Microsoft says it might share your real name, where you live, and other data with publishers. Now Microsoft, like Sony before it, and it's weird to me that whenever Microsoft is mentioned, particularly in bad news, Sony always gets a mention too, but Microsoft, like Sony before it, is taking steps to be more transparent about the data it collects from Xbox users and in detailing what circumstances it is shared with other companies. The next time you boot up your Xbox One, you may be greeted with a page that reiterates Microsoft's policies surrounding privacy and data sharing. Now, multiple GameSpot staffers received the notification today, which you can read in full in GameSpot's actual post. Link is in the description. Now, the statement explains that if you're playing an Xbox Live enabled game or app, that could be anything, that could be DVD app or Blu-ray app or Netflix, Microsoft might share information about you and your play habits with the publishers of the said game or app. The information that can be shared with publishers includes your country, age range, Xbox profile data such as your gamer tag and avatar, and information about how many achievements you've unlocked and how much time you spent in a game or app. Now, Microsoft may also share details about enforcement against your profile, meaning if they've had to reprimand you, that will be shared with other third parties, which could lead, really, let's be honest, to prejudice. Now, additionally, Microsoft's statements really, it says it may share social data information such as your interactions and communications with other players, though it's unclear if this is for written and verbal messages. What's more, Microsoft may give publishers your real name even if you've elected to share that information. And Microsoft went on to say that it does not control what publishers do with the information once they share it with them. That is determined by a specific publisher's own privacy policy practices, which you can find on Xbox Store pages. And that's where the article ends. Wow, just wow. So basically Microsoft are saying that they might share where you live, they might share your full real name, your age. Is there anything that these companies will not know about us? If Sony, seeing as Sony was mentioned already, I'm going to mention it. If Sony does this, then I just won't. I'll just tick every box that really prohibit Sony from doing this. I've already ticked all the boxes on Xbox Live. I might just go ahead and tick those boxes for Sony anyway. But even still, even if you tick those boxes, they still may share some information about you. And how long will it be until you have no control over your personal information at all? And they could be prejudiced against you. What if information gets shared with medical companies, messages that talks about your health that you may have shared with people, even on Twitter? Your insurance premiums might go higher. There's a lot of crazy things that could happen with information sharing, and a lot of it revolves around prejudice against groups of people. But let us know really what you think about all of this data information sharing, because that's unfortunately where this video ends. But let's continue the discussion in the video comments. For more PS4, Nintendo Switch and Xbox One coverage, subscribe to Foxy Games UK. And if you found any of the information in this video at all useful, why not hit the like button and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing this video. And for $1 or £1 UK or equivalent, become a member by joining the Foxy Games UK Patreon and help us grow. You can find a link in this video's description. Thank you for your kind support. And there we have it. Until next time, always remember, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching.